Welcome back. All right, so 5 games tonight in the NHL, and I decided to go different with what I'm wearing for the review. The hat is Flyers. It's gritty, of course. First time I've worn this hat in a video. And I decided to wear Flyers neck chain because I'm wearing a Blue Jays jersey because they're off to the World Series for the first time in a long time. I didn't think they were going to come back, and then they did. So kudos to the Jays. I won't be doing a video strictly on the Jays tonight for like the entertainment guy, but I can definitely do like a preview for the World Series on the entertainment guy. I think I could do that because it's not like it's every day that the Blue Jays get into the World Series. So really looking forward to that. That should be fun. All right, first game of tonight to review that's hockey related. Minnesota and the Rangers. The Wild and the Rangers both kind of desperately needing a win here. Gustafsson versus Shesterkin. Boldy has a net feed that's held. I thought the Wild had the early jump until the Rangers got the puck and scored. 57 seconds in, Panarin goes top shelf from the left circles. Zibanejad and Borgen with the assists. So it looks like the Rangers scoring woes at home are done. They break that shutout streak. It's over, but did they start a new one? Let's go through it. The Wild press to respond. Laba has a rush chance. That's sticked aside. And then at 5:10, it's a face-off win. It's Brodeen's goal. It's deflected in on the way there. Boldy and Eriksson with the assists. So the Wild tie it. The lead was the Rangers for around 4 minutes of the game. The shots are 6-2 Wild at 6.5 minutes. The Wild press at 9.5 minutes. There's a goal with the high stick by the Wild, so that doesn't count. The game stays at 1-1. The Wild are in control of this, but it's 1-1. Shesterkin's doing everything he can to make sure the Rangers don't get down in this. Rangers press with 7 minutes left. There's a delay game call on the Wild. That's killed off, and it is 1-1 after the first period. Delay game gave the Wild a power play. That's killed off into the first period, 1-1. Second period, Rangers press at 1.5 minutes. Trenyon misfires on a rush chance. The Wild press at 2.5 minutes. Then there's a delay for an issue with Igor's mask. The plastic piece at the back snapped in half. So he had to wear his regular mask. They were wearing the 100th anniversary jerseys, which are absolutely fantastic. Shots are 4-1 Minnesota at 4 minutes. We then get a power play for the Wild. Laba's hurt. He takes a puck to the face. He ends up exiting for repairs. Rangers finish the kill, and then they press after finishing it. The Wild then press. They're kept to the outside. The teams trade rushes and turnovers. The Rangers press with 6 minutes left. Panarin's denied from the slot with 3:23 left. The Wild go to the power play. There's a shorthanded rush chance by Carrick that's kicked aside. That power play's killed off. It stays 1-1 after 2. Third period, early press by the Rangers. Soucy has a wraparound that's blocked. The shots are 4-0 Rangers at 2.5 minutes. Rangers draw a power play. That's killed off. The Wild have a 4-on-2 that misfires. And then at 8:16, Urov gets his first National Hockey League goal. He taps in a loose puck in the crease. Johansson with the assist. The Minnesota Wild have their first lead of the game at 2-1. Rangers press to respond. Zibanejad's robbed in close. Gustafsson holds on there. The Wild press with 9 minutes left. Things get pushy on a hold by Shesterkin. Fox to Sherry. That opportunity at the net gets blocked out. Things get pushed in a hole by Gustafsson. The goalie pull happens with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. And at 18:21, it is Kaprizov hitting the empty net from his own blue line. The goalie pull would happen again to no avail. Minnesota wins 3-1. So the good news for the Rangers is they're no longer looking at a shutout streak. The bad news is they have 1 goal in, 4 games at home? It's not acceptable. Minnesota, on the other hand, they get 3 goals, and they're all 5-on-5. Empty netters count as 5-on-5 goals. So if your team allows a lot of empty netters, plus minuses get ugly. Shots on net, 16-6 Minnesota in the first, 11 apiece in the second, 7-5 Rangers in the third. Final shots 32-24 for the Wild. Power plays, Minnesota 0 for 3, Rangers 0 for 1. The hits, 34-20 for the Rangers. Gustafsson saves 23 out of 24. Shesterkin saves 29 out of 31. So pretty good night for him. All right, next up, Seattle and Philadelphia, Decord versus Vladar. There's a crossbar for Eberle. Marchment's denied as Seattle had the early jump in this. Schwartz is then denied on a 2-on-1 rush. The Flyers draw a power play. That becomes 1 minute and 36 seconds of 4-on-4. Everything gets killed off there. And then at 7:16, it's a point shot that's tipped into the net by Eberle, his first goal of the season. Cale Fleury and Berkeley Catton with the assist. So for Catton, his first NHL game, his first NHL point, no problem. Easy peasy. Took him 7 minutes into his first game in his NHL career. Simple. Shots are 4-3 for the Flyers at 9 minutes, and then at 9:56, Tippett. It's a turnover by Decord. So Vladar did the turnover bit where Eberle gets the goal, and this time Decord with the turnover returns the favor, and so Tippett buries it at 9:56. Sealer and Couturier with the assist. So both goaltenders having some difficulty tending the goal. The Flyers go back to the power play. There's a shorthanded 2-on-1. Cartier's denied there, and then Philadelphia scores on the power play. Forrester scores from Brink and York at 13:17. He roofs that from the slot. I believe they said that's the first Flyers power play goal at home this season. Fleury versus Grabenkin. The Kraken come out of that with a power play because Grabenkin gets the instigator. That power play was killed off, 2 shots on net. The Flyers press with 2 minutes left, and they're up 2-1 after the first period of play. Second period, early press by the Flyers. Konechny's denied from the slot, and then at 4:58, Konechny's not denied. He wires one from the left circle. Zamula and Michkov with the assists. I believe that's Michkov's first point of the season, first or second point of this. Does he have a goal? Anyways, the Flyers then go to the power play, and they score on it. So the power play for the Flyers are growing concern tonight. This time it's Forrester tipping in a point shot from York and Zegras at 5:32. The Kraken then call a timeout to discuss whatever's going on here. Kraken would end up drawing a power play, and they score on theirs as well at 8:33. Newman wires one from the right circle. Beniers and Stevenson with the assists, so that makes it 4-2. Shots are 10-8 for the Flyers with 7 minutes left, and then at 15:38, Tippett catches Decord off the post from in close. It's just that very small little area there most people couldn't hit, but NHLers can. Tippett scores from Couturier and York. So York with a couple of helpers, and Philadelphia is up 5-2 in this game. Philadelphia presses for another. Things get punchy with 1:21 left. The Kraken come out with a power play, so that rolls over to the third period. Score still 5-2 Flyers. Flyers finish the kill. Philly presses at 4 minutes. Things get pushed in a hole by Grubauer, who came in the third period in relief of Decord. Shots are 3-2 Seattle at 7.5 minutes. There's a near miss for Grabenkin as the Flyers press. We then had a fight between Lindgren and Konechny. That turns into a Flyers power play coming out of that, which then becomes 1 minute and 56 seconds of 4-on-4, so 4-second long power play. Everything gets killed off, of course. Tolvanen has a rush chance that's blocked out. The Kraken draw a power play. That's killed off. And your final score is 5-2 for the Philadelphia Flyers. Huge win for Philly early in the season. Shots on net favored Philly in the first and second. 10-8 in the first, 11-9 in the second. Both teams had 6 shots in the third. Final shots 27-23 for Philly. Both teams kind of opened it up a little bit compared to their normal games. Power plays, Seattle 1 for 6, Philadelphia 2 for 4. I'm thinking a lot of the shots, probably special teams. The hits 23-20 for Seattle. Decord saved 16 out of 21. Grubauer saves all 6 in relief. Vladar saved 21 out of 23. He continues to give the Philadelphia Flyers competent goaltending, and that is something that they've needed for a while. All right, next up, Buffalo and Montreal. So it's Lyon versus Dobesh. Anderson's denied on a rush. Lyon holds. Struble has a net feed. That deflects wide. The Habs press at 4 minutes. The shots are 4-1 for Montreal at 6 minutes. There's a post for Dahlin as the Sabres press, and then at 8:29, Oliver Kapanen stays red hot. He buries one from the inner slot. Demidov and Newhook with the assists. Sabres look to respond. Thompson has a wraparound. That's blocked. The Habs press with 7 minutes left. The shots are 10-3 Montreal with 5 minutes left. Really dominant first period by Montreal to that point. Kulik has a net drive chance that's held. There's some pushing there. We get 2 minutes of 4-on-4. Lyon denies Anderson and close. Josh Anderson's going to be having like nightmares about getting denied here by Lyon. Sabres press in the final minute. There's some pushing at the horn. They don't like each other very much. They are division rivals. So it's 1-0 Montreal after 1. Second period, Carrier has a net drive that's blocked. The Habs press at 3 minutes. Caulfield to Suzuki, near miss. There's a near miss for Demidov. It is all Habs until at 6:51 on a turnover, Kulik puts in a backhand from the slot. Benson with the assist. We have a 1-1 tie. Yeah, Kulik's a pretty good player if he can really get things going. Krebs fires one high on a rush. We get a press by Buffalo at 9.5 minutes. They're kept to the outside. Things get pushy in a hold by Lyon. The Sabres come out of that with a power play. It's killed off, but it had 5 shots. So Dobesh keeping this thing tied at that point in the game. Sabres press with 5.5 minutes left. There's a near miss for Beck on a net drive. Anderson's net drive is held by Lyon. Just snake bit tonight. The Habs press in the final minute, but it stays 1-1 after 2. Third period. Evans is denied in the first minute. Slavkovsky's denied, and then he's not. At 2:57, he buries a loose puck from the doorstep. Dobson and Suzuki with the assists. Montreal has the lead back at 2-1. The Habs look for another. Quinn then has a tip shot on a rush that's held. The fans call one. The referee does not. Caulfield to Slavkovsky near miss as the Montreal Canadiens are looking for another. The Habs draw a power play. They are a post away from 3-1 during that delayed call. That power play's killed off. 2 shots on net for Montreal. And then after it's done at 11:38, good forechecking by Montreal creates a turnover, and Lane Hudson gets his first goal of the season. Newhook with the assist, so Newhook with a couple of helpers tonight. And Montreal has a 2-goal lead at 3-1. Tuck nearly responds on a rush, and then at 12:02, Kozak deposits a rebound at the net. The assist to Quinn and Dahlin. So Buffalo fights back. They make this a 3-2 score. Caulfield has a rush chance that's held. There's some pushing. We get 2 minutes of 4-on-4. Goalie pull happens with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. A timeout is taken by the Sabres with 1 minute and 11 seconds left, and Montreal hits the empty net. Evans from Suzuki at 19:29. Montreal wins this one 4-2. They continue what has been an excellent start to the season. Shots on net, 14-6 Montreal in the first, 11-4 Buffalo in the second, 14-13 Buffalo in the third. Final shots, 31 apiece. Power plays, both teams go 0 for 1. The hits, 22-15 for Montreal. Lions saves 27 out of 30. Dobesh, excellent night for him. 29 saves on 31 shots. Now we're going to go to board number 2 of 3. Alrighty, so games 4 and 5 here. Winnipeg, Calgary, and Carolina, Vegas. But we'll start off with the Winnipeg Jets and the Calgary Flames. Hellebuck versus Wolf in this one. There's an early power play for the Flames. Anderson has a wrister that's caught and held. Then there's a shorthanded rush by Scheifele that helps end said power play. The Jets then get a power play of their own. That's killed off. The Jets press after it's done. Iafallo's denied from the doorstep. The shots are 5-2 for Winnipeg at 9 minutes. The Flames go back to the power play. That's killed off. There were so many power plays early in this game. The shots are 7-6 Calgary with 4.5 minutes left. Crossbar and out for Hayden Fleury. The Jets press with 2.5 minutes left, and then with 1:10 left in the first period, the Flames get their third power play of the game. Third power play already. So we roll into the second period. The Jets finish the kill there. Then things get pushed and a hold by Hellebuck. Shots are 3-0 Calgary at 3 minutes. The Flames get their fourth power play. The Jets kill that one off as well. 2 shots on net for Calgary during that. Nyquist's denied as the Jets press. We get a power play for Winnipeg. That's killed off as well. Jets go back to the power play. Velarde can't bury one in close. That's killed too. Farabee has a rush chance. That's held. Things get pushed in a hole by Hellebuck. And then at 13:22, Anderson fires one past a screen. The assist to Klapka and Lomberg, although that goal may end up being given to Lomberg. This is a round where, shortly after that, okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball, played in the Calgary arena because the Blue Jays had made it to the World Series. That was when I switched over to Sportsnet to see exactly what had happened, and kind of exciting, kind of a fun time. And it does show that all the way across Canada, people are excited that the Blue Jays are in the World Series for the first time in a very long time. So, the Flames get their second too many men on the ice penalty of the game. It's early in the season. This can happen. That power play's killed off as well. Klapka has a rush chance that's held. It's 1-0 Calgary after 2. Third period, Jets get another power play. Morrissey has a one-timer that's held, and then at 2:41, Jonathan Taves, with his first goal as a member of the Winnipeg Jets, scored on the power play. He tips in a point shot. The assist to Pionk and Niederreiter. Then there's a shoulder save on a rush by Farabee. Shots are 5 apiece at 6 minutes. Farabee's denied as the Flames press. Coronado has a rush chance. That's held. The Flames press with 8 minutes left. And at 15:06, kind of against the flow of play, the Jets get a goal to get the 2-1 lead. Scheifele buries one on a rush. He's now on a 5-game goal-scoring streak. The assist to Connor and Morrissey. So it's basically a 2-on-1 rush. And when it's Connor and Scheifele, good luck. There's a post for Honzik as the Flames are looking to answer. Honzik's kind of snake bit. He doesn't have a point yet in the NHL. Goalie pull happens with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. The timeout happens with 1 minute and 19 seconds left. And with 25.5 seconds left, it becomes a 6-on-4. But the Flames are not able to tie it. It's a 2-1 win for the Winnipeg Jets. The chess magnets on the board because 3 goals or less. Shots on net, 9-8 Calgary in the first, 14-12 Winnipeg in the second, and then 12-6 Calgary in the third. Final shots, 33-28 for the Flames. Power plays, Winnipeg 1 for 5, Calgary 0 for 5. The hits, 22-15 Calgary. Hellebuck was excellent, 32 saves on 33 shots, and Wolf played his best game so far of this young season, 26 for 28. But when we talk about the standings, things aren't looking great for the Flames right now. Even though we didn't expect them to be in the playoffs, this is just, it's kind of ugly. All right, Carolina and Vegas. Let me go ahead and get the stats for this on the board. All right, all fixed. This game featured Freddie Anderson and Aiden Hill. As Carolina was in Vegas, Carolina, of course, coming into this as the only team without a blemish on their record. Not a loss or overtime loss to speak of. Canes press at 2.5 minutes. Robinson has a wrister that's blocked. Vegas clears. The shots are 4-2 Carolina at 4.5 minutes. Eichel has a net feed that's picked off. And then at 8:42, Keandre Miller sticks it into his own net. He was trying to block the cross-ice pass, and instead he puts it 5-hole on Freddie Anderson. Eichel credited with the goal, Saad and Barbashev with the assist. Saad jumping in for Stone, who's out week to week for Vegas. Hill then apparently, it looked like he hyperextended on a save, so leg or groin. So hamstring, groin, whichever it is. He exits. We'll see what his status is for the upcoming road trip for Vegas. At 10:28, Dorofeev goes around Anderson on a fast break. Mitch Marner with the assist, singular. It is 2-0 for the Vegas Golden Knights, and they're at home. Very difficult to defeat when they're ahead 2-0 like that. We get a power play for Vegas. That's killed off. Schmid denies Aho with the blocker. Canes with some pressure in the last 5 minutes of that period. And then with 14.5 seconds left, Carolina draws a power play. So it's 2-0 for Vegas after one. And to start the second period, there's a shorthanded breakaway by Eichel. That's denied. And Vegas does finish the kill. Eichel fires one wide on a turnover. And then at 4:18, Aho breaks the goose egg for Carolina. He buries one from the left circle. Far side, Jarvis and Ehlers with the assist. So I believe that's Ehlers' first point as a member of the Carolina Hurricanes. I did hear the Vegas announcer saying Ehlers hasn't done anything for Carolina, which I get offensively, but Ehlers is a good two-way forward. So even if he's not being productive, he's still a good part of your team. Vegas presses to respond. Saad's denied as the Canes get pinned down for a bit. Then Carolina presses at 8 minutes. Vegas draws a power play. That becomes 37 seconds of 4-on-4. Everything gets killed off during the Carolina portion of the power play. They managed one shot on net. Shots are 7-5 for Carolina with 7 minutes left. Carolina goes back to the power play. That leads to a shorthanded rush by Eichel. We then get 1 minute of 4-on-4 hockey. Dorofeev's robbed in close. Everything gets killed off again. Vegas presses with 2 minutes left. Canes press to close it out. It's 2-1 after 2. Pretty exciting game, honestly, for a low-scoring game. Third period, early press by Carolina. Shots are 2 apiece at 3.5 minutes. Jarvis is denied in close. Schmid holds there. The Canes press at 5.5 minutes. They're kept to the outside. Eichel has a wrister that's held as Vegas presses. And then at 11:06, Barbashev gets a goal. So he steals the puck and buries it, or he trips the player to bury it, or he slashes the player to get the puck to bury it. They could have called a penalty there. I will say this too. The Vegas announcers themselves said they have seen calls made for less. So this is not just a matter of them going, yay, we scored. It's a matter of, so they didn't call that. So even the Vegas announcers basically admitting, you could have called a penalty on that play for Barbashev, and now it's 3-1 for Carolina. And if you're thinking, how did Brind'Amour react? You know exactly how Brind'Amour reacted. Some night, he's going to take that suit jacket off. We're going to see he's got a Canes jersey underneath. He'll grab a stick. He'll go out on the ice in suit pants. Doesn't even need skates. And he's going to go out there and score a goal. Anyways, we get a power play for Vegas. That's killed off. No shots on net. The Canes press with 4 minutes left. The goalie pull happens with 2.5 minutes left. And Vegas hits the empty net at 18:22. It's Karlsson from Marner and Theodore. That is William Karlsson's 400th point as a member of the Vegas Golden Knights. Then with 1:21 left, the Canes draw a power play, but they're down by 3. They're not able to get a goal. And the final score in this one's 4-1 for Vegas. So shots on net, 8 apiece in the first, 9-7 Carolina in the second, 11-10 Vegas in the third. Final shots, 27-26 for Carolina. Power plays, both teams go 0 for 4. The hits, 15-13 Carolina. Anderson, 22 saves on 25 shots. Hill saved 4 shots out of 4 that he faced before getting hurt. And then Schmid saves 22 out of 23. One good thing for Vegas right now is that Schmid has been very good when he needs to be in relief, so shouldn't be a problem. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the standings. All right, so this is the final night of the standings where I'll have it arranged this way, where it's just divisions. Starting tomorrow, it'll be with playoffs in mind. So Vegas with a 5-0-2 record, 12 points. They have a 4-point gap between themselves and second place in the division, which is now occupied by the Vancouver Canucks. They're 4-2, with Seattle losing tonight in regulation. They're 3-1-2, and having also played 6 games, they have one less win than Vancouver, so they drop to third. Anaheim, Edmonton, LA, and San Jose all stay in the same spot because the Flames are now 1-6. It is an abysmal start to the season for the Flames. They have 2 points in 7 games. This is really, I know how early it is in the season, but 1-6 is not really where you want to be. The Avs are still first in the division, but now only by 1 point. With the 5-1 record, 10 points. They're one back of Colorado, same amount of games played. Minnesota, with that win tonight, they moved from last place up to 5th, showing just how volatile the standings are right now. They're 3-3-1 with 7 points in 7 games, and they're 1 point back of Chicago with the same number of games being played. In the Atlantic, Montreal moves into a tie for first place at 5-2, 10 points in 7 games. The Buffalo Sabres now 2-4. They have the same record as Ottawa. They're still listed as ahead of Ottawa in the official NHL standings. Then out in the Metro, Carolina drops to 5-1. They now have a loss in regulation. So the only team left without a loss in regulation, I think, is Vegas. Yeah, Vegas is the only one left. Oh, and Colorado. So Vegas and Colorado are the 2 teams left without a loss in regulation. Outside of that, Philadelphia, they jump past the Rangers. They have 7 points in 6 games, a 3-2-1 record. The Rangers now 3-4-1, 7 points in 8 games. They got to score more than a goal at home on home ice. And honestly, I had that thought during the game of, when the game was finishing up, thinking the coach is going to be telling them, you guys need more goals. And their answer would be, oh, look, we got one tonight, coach. Took us 4 games to get that. Give us a bit. It's going to take us a while to get 2 in a game. Coach thinks we can get 2 in a game. Anyways, so the Rangers dropped down to 5th. It's been a disastrous start to them for the most part. And we'll see if they can get things turned around. We have 10 games tomorrow, so 20 of these teams are going to have records a little bit different at this time tomorrow night, and it will be arranged with playoffs in mind. The hammer that you see here on the board is for the team that is in first place overall, and because, Thor's hammer, Mjolnir for first place, and the Thanos glove denotes the playoff line. So there you go, because he snaps his fingers and half the teams disappear. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.